right, welcome again to the class for today. I am Donald Joa. Today I will be walking you through the process of flyer design. First of all, I want to let you know that this camp is going to be producing in you a giant. More than that, oh wow, it's actually raining heavily here. Wow, it's raining so heavily here. So if you are hearing the sound of the rain in this video, is a sign of blessing to you. It's raining heavily here. There is a heavy downpour here in my place. So let's get straight to what we have today. But before we get to what we have today, I want to take my time to explain some things to you. Most people, they see my flyers and they are like, wow, how come? How is it possible you're doing these things stress-free? Now let me tell you something. It's not because I've been working for years as a graphic designer, though that's a part of it. But behind every success that you see, there are principles and there are methods, there are techniques, there are things that makes these things work. You get? Having an understanding of these things is what gives you the result you are looking for. Now, first of all, I want to be talking about something that you must consider when it comes to some things you must consider when it comes to designing powerful flyers, flyer that grabs attentions. One of them is how you use your colors. By now, you should have an understanding of how colors relates to your message as a graphic designer while designing flyers or anything. When it comes to branding, when it comes to logo design, when it comes to anything you're doing, you should understand the feed you are working for. Each feed actually has a color. You don't use the same colors you use in branding a restaurant business for a fashion business. You get? So there are colors that work with each industry. Same thing I actually said in my video concerning font usage. There are colors that work with each industry that actually brings out the emotions behind their message. You get? So the second thing is how your design elements are related. The relativity, that's relativity between your text, your text or your fonts and your images and your shapes in that particular frame of design. How are they related? How are they aligned? You can talking about relativity, you can talk about alignment or distribution. How are they distributed? How are they related? Where should your audience start reading from and where should they end in your message? Because you must understand that graphic design is a message. You're actually telling a story using design elements. What you are doing is you are selling a story, you are selling a solution by using graphic design elements. You must know how they are related. Why are you aligning this particular text to your right or distributing to your right or distributing to your left or distributing it to the center alignment? You get it? So you must consider the relativity between your text and your images and your shapes, how your text color works with your background and all that. Now, the number 3 thing you should consider is the relativity of your images to the message you are trying to pass across. You don't use medical images for a restaurant business. You get? How is this image you're using, or how are these images you're using passing out your message? How are they connecting with your message? What emotions are they carrying? Because it's not just about splashing colors on Canva and putting text or pictures on Canva. How are your images passing out your message? Are they related? Are they actually related? Is the image you're using carrying the emotion behind the message you're trying to sell to your audience? Because graphic designing is not about you, the graphic designer. It's about how your audience are receiving your message. And I want to put this to you. As a graphic designer, understand your audience demography. If you are working for a black demography, stop using the images of white people. It's not good unless you are designing for a white color demography, maybe something outside Africa. Even if that's why you must have a concrete discussion with your client. Who are their target audience? You don't just design anything and call it a flyer. Imagine you designing something for a laundry industry, a laundry business here in Nigeria, and the images you are using are the images of white ladies and white guys. It doesn't work that way. There is no relativity between your message and the images you're using. It doesn't work that way. You are sending the message to the wrong audience. You're actually sending the message to the wrong audience. So if I see this, my emotions tells me that, because most times we judge things emotionally as humans. We judge things more emotionally than logically. You get? We tend to relate emotionally with things more than we tend to relate logically with things. That's why you must bring logic and emotions into your work as a graphic designer. You must use both your right brain and your left brain. The fourth thing, though, which is not the last, is your backgrounds. How is your background conveying your message? That's why I encourage graphic designers to always work with light backgrounds, so that once they see your work, the work is attracting attention. It's commanding attention. They are seeing your texts are coming out. They are readable. There is nothing clustering. There is nothing making your audience having this difficult time or stressing them in getting the message you are trying to pass across. Simple and unique. Use light backgrounds. Unless you are designing for, let's say, even if it's a concert, even if it's a musical jam, it depends on the kind of music you're actually designing for, because the kind of flyers you do for a jazz concert might not be the same kind of flyer you do for the conventional or the normal Nigerian music concert. You get? So I'm not trying to play down that, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I would prefer you work with light backgrounds. Go with light backgrounds. See, the less you do, the more creative you become. The less you do, the easier your message will be conveyed to the right audience. So it's not all about the effects. I keep on repeating. It's about how effective your message is being received, how effective your message is being carried out. You saw the flyer for the Pro Graphic Design Camp. It's simple and straight to the point. No much noise. You get? Light background, black, straight black background. You can use white. You just work with light backgrounds. Even if you are using backgrounds you got from maybe the internet or that, you can manipulate these backgrounds to give you what you want, of which I will talk in another video how you should do what you should use backgrounds and how you can actually create backgrounds. So we'll go straight to creating a simple flyer in this class, and you will see how easy it is to work with light backgrounds and how easy it is for you to actually get your message conveyed through using light backgrounds and simple text to create amazing work. The internet space is actually looking for speed. They want to see things that actually loads on time, not heavy works. You can see people graduated from 3D, 4D logos, and we have moved all down to iconic logos, to simple icons as logos. so that once you are clicking, it's loading. So we'll be working with an image. We'll be advertising a bag. We'll be advertising a particular bag. The flyer we're going to be designing, although we are going to be using dummy informations anyway, but I want to show you a process of designing something simple that catches attention, that you can actually charge. I know that's what you want to hear. That you can actually charge for a good sum of money. You don't have to break your back. You don't have to break your head. You get? All right. And again, the software you are using doesn't matter. Be it CorelDRAW, be it Photoshop, be it Canva, be it Pixel Lab, anything you want to use, it doesn't matter. All that matters now is, who are you designing for? Who is your audience? Who is your target audience? Who is your client's target audience? And how are you passing out these emotions? All right, let's go. I will be using Photoshop. Now my printable page is 6 inches by 6 inches. All right, we'll be advertising this bag. So let me open it. Through Photoshop. All right, I'm going to be removing the background. I will take my magic selection tool, which will save my time. Should help me save my time. Then double click and delete the background. All right, delete, then Ctrl D to deselect. I'll move this bag into this space. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be drawing a circle around this bag to make it noticeable. Right click where you have your rectangle tool, you see your ellipse tool, which is your circle. Then drag, hold down your shift to have a perfect circle. Drag. All right, I will come here. This is not the kind of color. Now this is what I'm saying. This is not the kind of color that goes with this kind of a business. If you want to sell online, you have to know which color is working, that works well with each feed. Now the color that actually works perfectly well with this kind of stuffs, you can go to I'm making just a reference. If you go to Jumia, the reason why you like going to Jumia is because the colors they are so energetic. Yellow, orange, red, white, so energetic, so that you can easily see what they are selling, and it's like you should just grab those things and start eating them, even though they are not edibles. So let me go with yellow. If this tone of yellow doesn't work, I'm going to be opening my gradient. Okay, this is the kind of yellow that I want. This is the tone of yellow that I want. All right, I'm going to be bringing this circle under. So you see something like this. Then you can say, let's bring in our text. You can say just say bag with tracker. Can we say this? Understand that this is a class, so it's a process we are going through. So bag with tracker. Okay, I can say this can be a description. Let's say back to school. I'm just using dummy information, like I said. Now look at the way my text will be related to what I'm doing. I'm going to be changing my font. Let me change my font to something that can actually flow easily with that place. because that's something that informs your choice of fonts. Don't just choose any kind of font. If you want the font to be bold, that should be seen easily. Okay, I think this test is flowing very well with this place. This is Biba. Okay, let me close the space between the text if it's possible. Okay, it's not closing. Let's see. Okay, so we have something like this. Now let's bring up our text. First bag with tracker. So that means this bag cannot be stolen. This bag has a tracker. Okay. Notice how I'm selecting my font. Okay, can decide to change this font to this color or no. Oh, so let me bring in some dummy information. I need space. I really do need space here. Okay, this is the kind of text I need. Not have a description here. Okay, so you have this kind of description here. Let's change this white background to something that looks good. Be light yellow or the bright yellow kind of. Alternate space back to fill it with color. If that doesn't work, we can actually work with red to make it look good. I think we should work with red. Yeah. So if we're working with red now, this text color is going to be white. If it's not going to be white, we can use yellow, but let's make it white for it to be readable. Okay, can make this yellow the kind of bright yellow, yeah, for it to be seen. So this bag is actually the bag with tracker. Okay, so you can have your other informations here, like your social media, if that's necessary. But if you are designing for maybe an online shop, you have something like this, you can decide to also add some little spicy stuff to it, like maybe circles. Yeah, you can decide to do that. Okay, so select these circles and mesh the shapes. Then you can still duplicate by pressing Ctrl plus J. Sorry, it was like I didn't select the last one. Okay, merge shapes. So Ctrl J, duplicate. Ctrl J again, duplicate. Okay, so mesh again. Then you can select, and you can reduce, just splash them around. Sorry, you can splash them around. Ctrl J, splash them around. Ctrl J, splash them around. You can still change the colors if you wish. Okay, then you can see this is cool. It's really cool. If we are getting the laptop into this place, we can do that, but we have to take off the background of this laptop if it's gonna work. Can we try that? Let's see if this works for us. So if that doesn't work for us, we're gonna go with what we have. Alright, our laptop is here. Move it forward, move it upwards. Move upwards. Move it upwards. Then for your circle, you can decide to increase. Then move your text. You can see the changes. Move your text. Okay, I decided to reduce the opacity of that and stuff. Let me increase the contrast of this laptop to make it yeah, that's why you must actually learn how to retouch your pictures as a graphic designer. You must learn picture retouch. So as simple as this is, you can see we actually done with this design. You get? It's as simple as that. The text, the colors, the images, they are all related. The background, they are all related. So this is the first process I'm going to be taking you through. Though there are other flyers you will be seeing in this class that you have to practice with. I will show you how I design some particular flyers that I've done before, and it's going to be changing your design approach and your process. So thank you for watching this video. Tomorrow will be greater than today, I tell you. All right, bye bye.